You won't believe how a beloved child star went from stealing hearts on screen to a tragedy no one saw coming. Darla Hood. Remember that name? The sweet, bubbly girl with the infectious smile from the Little Rascals, the one who made Alfalfa go weak in the knees with a single glance? Yeah, that Darla. She was America's little darling, lighting up screens during the Great Depression with her charm and unmistakable voice. But while millions adored her, Darla's real life was no Hollywood fairy tale. In fact, her story ended in a way that still stuns fans to this day. Born Margaret Peggy Hood in a small Oklahoma town, Darla was the only child of Elizabeth Davner, a spirited music teacher, and James Hood, a quiet bank worker. Her home wasn't flashy, but it was alive with music, thanks to her mom's piano and passion for the arts. It didn't take long before Elizabeth noticed something in little Peggy: a gift. By age 3, she was already humming melodies and dancing in rhythm like she'd been born for the stage. Determined to nurture her daughter's talent, Elizabeth packed up for regular trips to Oklahoma City for singing and dance lessons. Then came a family trip to New York that changed everything. By sheer chance, or maybe fate, little Peggy caught the eye of casting director Joe Rivkin from Hal Roach Studios. One screen test later, she was on her way to Culver City, California, and her world changed forever. Peggy was just 4 when she made her debut in Our Gang Follies of 1936. In that short, she played Cookie, the only time she wasn't known by the name we'd all come to love, Darla. And boy, did America fall head over heels for her. With expressive eyes and that confident, crystal-clear voice, she wasn't just another child actor. She was the heart of the gang. From 1935 to 1941, Darla starred in dozens of Our Gang shorts, those quick, mischievous glimpses into childhood chaos that charmed the whole country. Her most memorable moments? Hands down, her scenes with Alfalfa. His awkward serenades and her sassy responses were comedy gold. And who could forget her singing "I'm in the Mood for Love"? That little girl in a frilly dress, delivering a grown-up ballad with such grace. It was unforgettable. But childhood doesn't last forever. At just 10 years old, Darla's time with Our Gang came to an end. She wasn't a toddler anymore, and Hollywood, as always, had a habit of moving on. But Darla didn't disappear, far from it. She kept performing, taking small roles in films while finishing school in LA. She went on to attend Fairfax High, where she found her next passion: music. She joined a vocal group called the Enchanters and quickly made waves in the local music scene. Their harmonies and energy landed them a spot in Ken Murray's hit variety show Blackouts, which was basically the Broadway of its time. It was Darla's big leap from child star to adult performer, and she pulled it off. As she entered her 20s, Darla blossomed into a polished nightclub singer. Gone were the pigtails. Now, she had a sultry voice and a magnetic stage presence. She performed in elite venues, worked alongside legends like Edgar Bergen, and became a regular on TV shows throughout the 50s. She even dropped a single in 1957, "I Just Want to Be Free," that struck a chord with post-war America. She dipped into film again in 1959, taking on a small but significant role in The Bat, a thriller starring Vincent Price. For the first time, she was seen as a serious adult actress, not just Darla from the Rascals. That same year, she released My Quiet Village, a haunting track rooted in the dreamy exotica genre. It didn't top the charts back then, but decades later it got rediscovered by collectors and music lovers as a hidden gem. Throughout the 60s and 70s, she stayed in the public eye with TV appearances, like the time she reunited with Jack Benny in a hilarious Our Gang parody. She even lent her voice to commercials for brands like Campbell's Soup, proving she could still connect with audiences, even if they didn't recognize her face right away. And when nostalgia for the Little Rascals came roaring back in the late 70s, Darla didn't run from her past. She embraced it. She voiced a character in the animated Little Rascals Christmas special and began organizing a major reunion of her old castmates. Fans were thrilled. It was going to be a beautiful full-circle moment. But then, tragedy struck. While preparing for that reunion, Darla began feeling unwell, abdominal pain that landed her in the hospital. Doctors diagnosed her with appendicitis and rushed her into surgery. It was supposed to be routine, but after the operation, Darla's condition worsened. And just like that, on June 13th, 1979, she was gone. She was only 47. The cause? Heart failure due to hepatitis from a contaminated blood transfusion. Something that would likely be preventable today. The news left fans stunned. How could someone so full of life and love be taken so suddenly? At her funeral, former castmates gathered to say goodbye. Billy Buckwheat Thomas, heartbroken, said it best. She was an awfully nice person. A fine woman. The reunion Darla had poured her heart into never happened. But in that chapel, the love and legacy she left behind were more than enough to fill the room. Darla Hood wasn't just a cute kid in a black and white comedy. She was a talented artist, a devoted mother, a survivor of the spotlight, and a woman who kept reinventing herself until the very end. So what do you remember most about Darla? Drop your thoughts below. We'd love to hear them. And hey, if you enjoyed this look back, give it a like, share it with someone who grew up watching the Little Rascals, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories from Hollywood's golden age. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.